How to make you feel when you hear a judge say she gon' give out $1 million or more. Retire from the bed, sleeping peaceful at night while my people in prison sleep under the floor. Probation, parole, that's a whole trap. I had to fly straight, I couldn't go back. And if I change, you can change too. All that ignorant shit is a whole rap. Good morning, America.
What up, everybody? It's your girl, Bri. I once was a Bri-Ject, now I'm a Bri-Ject. Thank you all for tuning in. Today I am doing the damn police, as usual. You don't even gotta cut that, because they just show up. Shit, you know what? Did y'all say that when y'all was over there killing Ahmaud? Y'all ain't say that then, right? Black men, please run. Please run, black men. Because the second beat meant kill. Okay, third one means now. Please, fourth one, what that mean? They're going. Okay, we hear you, white lady. Peace, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. When will this end? When will your sentence end? And today we are doing street outreach. We are interviewing people out on the street to try to get a read on how folks are feeling about people who are incarcerated, coming home from being incarcerated rather, and just jail and prison, period. So I am going to find a beautiful, excuse me ma'am, would you mind being interviewed? We could do 6 feet and I could give you the mic, okay? So what we'll do is we will pass, right? So I just wanted to ask you, can you tell us your name?
My name is Vanessa Bahar.
Okay, that name sounds a little fancy. Okay, Vanessa, thank you for stopping. So I just wanted to find out some of your thoughts about mass incarceration. Like, what do you think? Do you think that people who come home from being locked up should just live under the bridge, like be broke because no one wants to mess with them?
My views on that, I feel like if you have served your time, you should be able to be released and be citizen and asset to society and not have the restrictions placed on you if you already served your time. It's like you're being jeopardized twice for simply making a mistake. It takes a couple seconds to make a mistake that can affect the rest of your life. But at what point are you able to say, I've changed and I paid my debt to society?
That's what it is.
I feel like people that have been incarcerated should be allowed to be an asset to society without having restrictions placed on them. It's like you're being jeopardized twice for making a simple mistake. Mistakes can take a couple seconds to make and they'll affect you the rest of your life. People are going to continue to judge you. That's not fair. If you've done your time and you're out here trying to show that you changed, people have to give you that room to be able to grow and to go ahead and be that asset and to go ahead and show that you are quote unquote rehabilitated.
So let's talk about that word, rehabilitation. What really does rehabilitation mean? Like, by sentencing somebody to be in prison, does that fix them in some type of way? Or, because I noticed that a lot of people commit crimes because they're poor. So does incarceration fix poverty? Does it fix poverty at all?
I myself served 6 years at Pulaski State Prison, so I totally agree with you, and that's why I say quote unquote rehabilitation, because to me it's complete BS. If you commit a crime based on being poverty stricken or being placed in a situation where you don't have money or things to provide and people aren't giving you opportunities, and you do something to obtain those funds, and you get caught breaking the law, you go away. When you come back, that doesn't mean your circumstances have changed. You're coming back out into a society that's slamming the door in your face. So it kind of forces people to go back out and commit more crimes and get back into trouble just for simple survival. So I totally agree with you. Mass incarceration to me is complete BS, and that's why we have to fight for change. We have to fight to change these laws. We have to fight so that we can help our communities. We have to fight so that we can help people that are placed in situations where they don't feel like I have nowhere to turn. I have to commit this crime. We need to create more organizations. We need to get some of these laws changed, and we need to stick together until these things are done.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I don't want to take up too much of your time. time. I appreciate you. Hopefully you could come on with the podcast. I'll get your information offline. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. This is your girl Bri. Once was a reject, now I am a Bri-Ject. So I am up here, where are we? In Atlanta, Martin Luther King Drive, Southwest, please don't forget. Okay, so I'm just pulling up on different people and asking them to tell me, how do you feel about mass incarceration? Oh, grab the mic then.
First of all, you know what I'm saying, y'all gotta give a shout out to Bri, you know what I mean? Jamaica's in the building, you feel me, Caribbean. And I'm from Macon, Georgia, from the Mac Town. The way that I feel about mass incarceration is the 13th Amendment outlaws slavery except for the commission of a crime. So what we're literally looking at with mass incarceration is modern day slavery under a different name. So my goal is really to go upstream. A lot of times we end up being reactive, but to be proactive and to start to educate ourselves about who we are, educate ourselves not only with one philosophy, because a lot of times, you know, people may be Hebrew Israelite, you know, they may be in a Christian community, Nation of Islam, people may just be, you know what I'm saying, in the community, but there are principles that connect us beyond our philosophies and through our philosophies. So educating ourselves about who we are as a universal people, and then creating opportunities. Because most times we get caught up, man, Bri said it, like, ain't none of us perfect, ain't none of us out here ain't never done nothing, but the only difference is some people got caught and they got a harsher sentence. So the goal is to be able to create programs and opportunities so we can funnel that energy, funnel that aggression, funnel whatever it is that gets us caught up into the right system and the right program that we create. So I'm gonna bring Bri back up, you know what I'm saying? Cause this her platform, but I appreciate y'all. Once again, I go by Allah's if you wanna tap in with me. It's ALAZ, the number 4LIFE on all platforms. Love y'all, peace.
So I want to ask you, do you know anybody that has been formerly incarcerated? Anybody locked up? Have you ever written a letter? Okay, have you ever put some money on their books? Answer the call.
Yeah, I've answered the call.
Okay, so you are a part of mass incarceration. Welcome to my world. Because if you have given the GDC even a penny towards a phone call, guess what? You have been impacted by the criminal justice system. So a lot of people are out here and they don't know that they've been impacted. But if you've written a letter, if you have licked a stamp, please don't lick stamps. Do y'all know what's on the back of stamps? But do not lick them. But if you have ever been a part of helping somebody in the system, you are a part of it, right? So I wanted to just ask you, what are your thoughts after a person has done their time? Should they be able to vote and just move on, maybe get a place to live, because that's kind of important, right? Like, we want to have some place to sleep, right? So I'm gonna pass you the mic and you just tell me, and you can be honest. If you say, hey, the people effed up and they just need to, it's their fault, you can say that. I want to have real dialogue. I don't want anybody to just say it because they know I did 10 years. Yes, I did 10 years. So, like, don't be scared. I'm not gonna bite. I'm not. I just want you to know. Okay, so hold on. You just tell me what you think, okay?
Okay.
Unfortunately, Target is full, so you got to hold it this way.
So I definitely think that the system is messed up. I feel like once you get out, you should be able to be back in society at the full extent, because I feel like if you've done your time, you've done your time. And there's no reason why you can't be a part of society. I can also say that the system is messed up because I've been convicted with a DUI in a car that wasn't moving. So the police officer assumed I was drunk, and he couldn't tell, so he told me that I had to sign a form to say that I was being non-compliant after I was being compliant, and so I didn't sign the form, and he was like, now you have to go and take a blood test, and once he got the blood test, he saw alcohol in my system, and so I got convicted with the full extent of a DUI. So, yeah, it's messed up. I feel like the system is really messed up. I feel like police officers are really messed up, and I feel like a lot of people who are in these systems do not need to be in these systems. Yeah, that's my thing.
of folks that I know that been incarcerated. My brother's still in prison. He has 7 years left. I mean, I understand, people, if they did the crime, do the time, I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like being incarcerated, they're supposed to rebuild themselves while they're in the four walls. So, just working for free, how is that benefiting themselves of like working on themselves and like maturing themselves and growing themselves? I understand like, okay, yeah, you did the crime, you should work for us, quote unquote. But at the same time, it's like once they kick them out, well, not kick them out, let them get released, it's like, what are they supposed to do now, basically? And it's like, I have all these, what would you call it? I have all these, like trades of learning in prison, but I can't even use the same trades outside of prison. So I feel like, what's the purpose of having them working all these different types of roles in prison if they can't even go and get a job in that field outside of prison?
Okay, so finish telling us. Right here?
Yeah, Target sucks. Capitalism sucks.
Woo!
Yeah.
One time. Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're here today. It was primarily over voters' rights, and a lot of like people that are Hispanic that don't have the documents that they require to be able to exist in this country. Like, if we get arrested, we get deported. It doesn't matter like if we can go back to our home country or not. It doesn't matter if we're gonna get killed there. It doesn't matter if we're gonna get killed in the concentration camps that they have. Like, really, like, it's so all-encompassing. It's not just the prisons, it's also the prison camps that they put Latino people in. It's also the prison camps overseas in the Middle East and Venezuela. It's all these things. It's just a very big problem that we keep pushing more money towards. Well, not we as in the people around me or most people. It's just the military-industrial complex. It's the prison complex. It's all of that stuff just constantly going at us, and eventually we just have to take back what's ours. We gotta rise up, take the streets.
But thank you all for tuning in. It is your girl Bri, once a Bri-Ject, now I am a Bri-Ject, and you could be one too. Please make sure to follow me on all of the social media outlets. Like, I am going to make sure that all of my names say the Bri-Ject so that you can easily follow me on all of the platforms. And I appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, make sure that you know that you are your most valuable asset. Without you, nothing can happen. No change can happen. You are the change that you want to see. So go ahead and go be it. Peace.
Good morning, America. Look at the way that you handle us. Good morning, America. Talk about my people and son of us.